All right. You're welcome to today's class. This is our median class, and please, if you are not, unless you want to ask a question or answer a question, you can unmute your mic. Apart from that, mute your mic to avoid interference from your background. Unless you want
Okay.
to answer a question or ask a question. All right. So today we are going to look at principles of pharmacy technician practice. If you look at the flyer for class 2, this class is for class 2. Class 1 is from 4 to 5, so class 2 is 5 to 6. So this class now, if you look at the courses there, so the courses there, about 5 broad courses. If you go into each of these courses, there's breakdown of different courses under each of them, just as I told you about dispensing. So if each day we have the dispensing, we'll try to look at the you have under it, we have pharmaceutical calculation, we have basic dispensing theory, we have basic dispensing practicals, and we have logistics and supply chain management. Now, when you want to write your council exam, all these courses will be under dispensing. So that's why I didn't bother to start breaking them down to avoid long story. So this class, this review is going to be question oriented. So what happens is that I will raise some questions, then each of the answers, we'll look at each of the answers and find out the correct answer and the reason why the other options are not correct. I want it to be more of interactive class. Interactive class. So I'll pose the question. If you know it, you answer. If you don't know it, then I'll answer it and explain reason why the answer and any other information we need to know. As we do that, it will help you to, be grounded in a lot of topics within a short period of time. Yes, you are. Some of you may not be in final year, but it's very, very good the way you start on time. Apart from preparing ahead of a council exam, you are also getting grounded in some of the courses, some of the things you would also do in a class. So without wasting time, we will go over to what we have today. All right, so the course is, as I said, PTP 1, sorry, just PPTP. That's a course, because under PTPP, what you have there is PTP 111, which you will do in first semester. Then we have PTP 321. That one is in final year, second semester. So we are going to raise some questions and review are we ready? Are we ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. All right, so the first question we have here says, just give me some time. Let me see if I can. Okay, come on, just listen. You will grab whatever I'm asking. All right, the first question says, which of these is a Schedule 1 drug? Which of these is a Schedule 1 drug? Schedule 1 drug. A, diclofenac, 50 milligram. B, Printer's ink, C, riboflavin. D, chloroform. This is the 111 topic. So I believe you guys did it in your first year. So what do you think is the answer?
So we didn't do this the schedule 1 drug, did we?
It's all right, no problems. No problems. That's why we are here. So we'll try to touch as many as we can. Is that clear? Within a short period of
So,
time.
can you
Okay.
can you complete the options? You said A, diclofenac 50 mg.
A is yes, A is diclofenac 50 mg. B is Printer's ink. C is riboflavin. D is chloroform.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Any idea?
No
Any
idea.
idea?
No idea,
It's all
sir.
right. It's all right. It's all right. The answer is chloroform. D. The answer is chloroform. D. In some territory anyway, chloroform in many territories and nationals, chloroform is listed as under poison list and the regulatory schedules. Is also listed as controlled chemical that requires special handling. You know, the schedule 1 requires special handling. It's not what anyhow human being, anybody should handle. At least it requires that a pharmacist, a registered pharmacist should handle such drugs. So chloroform requires special handling, and even the supply is somehow restricted.
Sir.
That would you.
So you said, so that does that mean schedule 1 drugs are mostly poison drugs?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So, from history, chloroform actually appears in the formal poison list from history. So, and the formal poison list used in pharmacy and poison legislation. So it's that is why it is placed under Schedule 1. Diclofenac is everywhere now. True, of course. It's everywhere. People go to pharmacy, buy it, whether you are a pharmacy, whether you want just to give me that diclofenac, they will give you. Is that clear? It's not cheap.
Yes, sir. Yes, they taught us
So
that.
it is not, yeah, it is not under Schedule 1. Is that clear? Yes, and printer's ink. Printer's ink is not even, that one is a different one altogether. It's not a medicinal substance. So it's not even listed in pharmaceutical schedules. It is used mainly in industry and commercial products, you know. So it's not a Schedule 1 drug. Then riboflavin. Riboflavin, another name for riboflavin is vitamin B2. Vitamin B2 is just a nutritional vitamin supplement. It's a vitamin product, so it's not under Schedule 1. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And actually, poison and scheduling scheme vary from one country to another. So, but on many poison schedules, chloroform is listed and it's restricted chemical. Are we together? All right. So, question 2. Question 2 says pentazocine. Pentazocine is A, Schedule 1 drug, B, Schedule 2 drug, C, Schedule 3 drug, D, Schedule 4 drug. Pentazocine is A, Schedule 1 drug, B, Schedule 2 drug, C, Schedule 3 drug, D, Schedule 4 drug. What's the answer?
Sir,
What do you think is the answer?
I know it's definitely not Schedule 1 drugs.
Why do you say so?
Is it? Is because I think it's not on that poison list.
Are you sure?
It's not on that pain.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
So the thing is, I don't even know what the beta-histone cures.
Okay. It's true. It's not on that one actually.
Okay,
It's
sir.
not on that one actually, and it's under Schedule 3. It's under what? Schedule 3. It's actually under many parts. If of course, pentatoxin is an analgesic. It's an analgesic, but not just ordinary analgesic like NSAID, like paracetamol, like Phelan. This one is under the group called opioid analgesics. Opioid analgesics.
Okay, sir.
These ones are prone to addictions and abuse. In fact, most people, especially most patients that have sickle cell anemia, some of them were introduced to pentatoxin. Almost all the time, they see themselves becoming too, they want it. They become so tolerant to it that they want it almost all the time. I know, so I've encountered some of them. They cannot do without pentatoxin because of the effect it has. Is that clear? So it's under
Yes, sir.
control. Let me just hold on. Musa, you're welcome. Please unmute your mic. Mute your mic, sorry. So let's continue. So it's under Schedule 3, as I said. That is controlled under international and many national psychotropic substances schedule. In fact, in a lot of national documents and even in academic reviews, pentatoxin is among what Schedule 3 psychotropic substances. Schedule 3 psychotropic substances. Schedule 3. Usai, you're welcome. Please mute your mouth. Thank you. Schedule 3 psychotropic substances. Please give me some seconds. I'm coming. Okay. So, what this means is that it requires moderate slash control. There is moderate slash controlled abuse potential. As I say, it has this abuse potential, but not too high. But at least it has some level of abuse potential. I'll give you examples of patient with sickle cell anemia patient. They normally take it for pain because they experience excruciating pain. So now, you see there's a mix-up between medical use and the tendency of being abused or a patient getting tolerant to it. So because of that, now it's placed under Schedule 3. Are we together? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's look at option A. Says Schedule 1 is not, because Schedule 1 is reserved for substances that's no accepted. Most of those is Schedule 1 have no accepted medical use, and they have highest level of what? Abuse potential. But Schedule C have an accepted medical use, so that one is not a what? Schedule 1. Then Schedule 2, this says Schedule 2. Schedule 2 is actually for substance with higher potential for abuse than Schedule 3. And they have stricter control, things like morphine, petidine. So pentazocine is not at the same level with this one. Morphine, petidine, this one are higher than what? Pentazocine. Is that clear? Now, for Schedule 4, actually, these ones are actually, like now in Nigeria now. In Nigeria, let me start from what happens in other places. Like in US now, this particular one now is actually controlled by Substances Act. By Substances what? Act. Now, that is in some jurisdictions, so not all. Now, but pentazocine is listed differently historically. Now, but in general, internationally, by international classification, based on the materials used in Nigeria, pentazocine is not placed under this. Pentazocine is not placed under this, unlike other ones I mentioned before, like what is it called? Morphine, petidine, as I told you, under 2. So these ones under 4 are less, they have low potential for abuse. Let me just put it that way. They have very low potential for abuse, and they also have low risk of dependence. They also have what? Low risk of what? Dependence. Now, another question is this: what are examples of drugs under this? You see things like tramadol, lorazepam, clonazepam. You see all these drugs now. Yes, they are also controlled, because you don't go to pharmacy and just get them anyhow. But these ones are under what? Schedule 4. You see now, they have less tendency to be abused and less tendency of dependence. Dependence. The best way to use this dependence to compare with the other. When I was saying tolerant, I was talking about dependence, not with respect, not to compare with the other ones I have listed. So Schedule 1 has more potentials for dependence and abuse, but it's not used. It's not used medical. They can be raw materials. Schedule 2 have lesser risk of dependence and abuse compared with Schedule 1. Schedule 3 has lesser. Under Schedule 1, you have your chloroform, which is pointed as Schedule 2. There are many of them. Under Schedule 2, you have your morphine, petidine, as I say. Schedule 3, you have your pentazocine. Then Schedule 4 examples are listed there. We have your tramadol. Durazepam, and many of them. So all these ones are under Schedule 4. So the answer to the question is C, Schedule 3. Question number 3. Question 1 and 2 are from PTP 111. One of the question number 3 says, one of the most important aspects of keeping stock in dates. One of the most important aspects of keeping stock in dates is A, sending back expired drugs. B, throwing away drugs that are close to expiring. C, rotating stock. D, none of the above. What's the answer?
Sir, please can you call number 2, B option again?
This is throwing away drugs that are close to expiring.
Okay.
So what's the answer?
A important aspect of keeping stock, sir, is
What?
so he says rotating what?
Rotating stock.
Sending back expired drugs. It cannot be rotating stock. So I think it's rotating stock.
Is that what?
Rotating stock.
So why did you choose rotating stock?
Because it will be able to keep track of the drugs you're buying and the expiring dates, and to know when you're out of the drugs, when you're out of some products. So it will help to supervise your storage drugs keeping.
All right, you're correct. The answer
Okay,
is
sir.
C. The answer is C, rotating stock. So the question now, how do we now, what is the official way we can, through which we can rotate stock? It's a popular way through which we can rotate stock. This topic is under PT 312.
It's under logistics.
It's also under logistics. Thank you. So you should know the question now. Don't be so.
Yes,
You answered it too,
but
but
can you come again with the question?
I say, give me official. Yes, you said rotating stock. Official means through which you can carry out this rotating stock. Usayo, are you with us?
Wow.
Usayo, are you with us? Please unmute your mic and talk to us if you are with us. Usayo has left. Or are you cooking? Usayo. It's all right. So I'm listening. I'm listening.
Sir, but I thought the question I answered before we cover it.
No, but there's something I want you to hit. There's something you are missing. I want you to hit it. They taught you that in your logistics. Just hit it. It's simple. Okay. Have you heard about FIFO and FIFO principles?
Sir?
Have you heard about FIFO FIFO and the FIFO principles?
No, sir.
Okay. Maybe you see to it. FIFO means FIFO, FIFO means first in, first.
Okay.
FIFO means first in, first out. FIFO means first expiring.
First expiring date.
First out.
First expiring, first out.
Okay, good. Now, so this is the best way to rotate stock. Always check. In fact, of course, that's why you record all the stock. If you get a stock now, you record their expiry dates. Very important. Now, give me some time. Somebody want to join us. Who raised his hand? Fisayo, Fisayo, do you have a question? You raise your hand. Okay, maybe it's a mistake. Let's continue. So, first expiry. Now, if you get your course, as you enter everything in the system, once in a while, you take your stock, check your stock, both in the one in the system and the one you have physically. Then, as you are dispensing, if it is a drug or device that has expiry dates, you are going to use FIFO. That is, if that particular product or device has expiry dates, you are going to use FIFO, not FIFO. Why you cannot use FIFO for something? Why you cannot use FIFO for something that has expiry date is because you can get something first, and later you can get a particular drug, medicine first, and later you get another one. The one you got later may have earlier expiry dates. Hope you know.
Yes, sir.
So if you base on just first in, first out, you make mistakes. But if that particular product has no expiry date, like some devices you will see, then you have no choice than to use a FIFO, first in, first out. That means you trace the dates. That particular one came in. Let that one go out first. So the answer is what? The answer is what? C. So other option, sending back expired drug. This one is not. I'm no business with what you are saying. This one is just a reaction. It's not a preventive measure because there are some company you will send back, they will not collect it. They'll tell you that they're not serious. Then throwing away drugs close to expiring. That this one is wasteful because that drug you are throwing away is a waste now. Because what led to you are throwing it away was your inability to do what? Check your stock properly.
To stop.
Yes.
Okay,
so
to stop.
It's a waste. And of course, even if you want to throw it away, it's not what you just throw away anyhow. You contact NAFTA. There's a way to dispose expired products. So the answer is what? The answer is C. Number 4. The following are required. The following are required when handling approved drugs.
That when handling what?
Controlled drugs.
Hey.
The following are. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
The following are required when handling control. Mute your mic. The following are required when handling controlled drugs, except A, inventory requirements, B, storage requirements, C, all of the above, D, patient consent, D, patient consent. What is the answer? What's the answer? What's the answer?
Inventory requirement.
It's not required. It says except to, so look, the question says except. The question says, let me call the question again before I answer. It said, the following are required when handling controlled drugs, except A, inventory requirements, B, storage requirements, C, all of the above, D, patient consent.
So it's all of the above.
Hey. Why did you choose all of the above?
So because inventory requirements is done, then storage requirements, you must have to store it. Then patient consent, the patient must have to meet to the signature, the names, before the drug will be administered.
The
Hey,
question says handling. The question did not say dispensing, it said handling. The question says handling of the drug. It did not say where you want to dispense to your patients. Handling is from the point of procurement. Yes, even dispensing is in a way because you have to record it in the book, where you should record everything dispensed. Yes. The answer is D. The answer is D. So why is it D? Let me explain. The answer is D because when it comes to legal handling or condition of a drug, it has no business with the patient. It has no business with the patient. Because the handling of the controlled drugs we are talking about the procurement, documentation, how you document the quantity, everything about the drug, registers you are using, and even the authorized personnel that should handle the drug. So, but patient consent is not a legal requirement for pharmacy. Internal, this talk about what? Internal control of the drug. There's no business with what? Patients. Patient consent goes if you're talking about clinical treatments. Of course, most of the patients that come to take those drugs, they come with their what? Prescription. So that one is a level of what? The business with the physician. So the consent is not part of it. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So Let's look at the other option. Why the other options are not correct? Because the question says except. That's why D is the answer. Inventory requirements is actually very important. Inventory requirement is very important in handling control draw, because those control draws need to be they need registers, they need log books, they need inventory checks. You remember that the question says except, so that's why. I think the question says, okay, let me ask you. I think the question says the question did not put except. What should be the answer?
If the question did not put except, it should be all of the above.
Good. So option B, storage requirements. Yes, control draw must be stored securely in a lock-up cabinet. There is a restricted access to it. So the answer is what? Patient consent. Okay. The next question number 5 says, good level. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Your discussion is interfering. Mute your mic. Good level contains all these. Good level contains all these except A. Name of mute.
Sir, please can you repeat the option A?
I'm coming. Usayo, mute your mic. Usayo. Thank you. Okay, let me go back to the options. I said good level contains all these except A. Name of the pharmacy. B. Address of the pharmacy. C. Medication profile of the patient. D. Expiration dates. What's the answer? What's the answer? Any idea?
Sir, please, I didn't get the C and the D part of it.
Okay, let me call them again. C says medication profile of the patient. D said expiration dates.
Sir, is medication profile of the patient.
Why? Why?
Profile has nothing to do with good label. It has nothing to do with good label. I think this medication profile of the patient has to be handled in a hospital, not pharmacy.
You're correct. You're correct. No, as pharmacy, you should know medication profile of the patient. Medication is the jurisdiction of pharmacy now, both hospital pharmacy and government pharmacy. Medication is our field, so you should have proper record, know you have the medication profile of the patients, but it's not included in the level. You can't come to level and start listing drugs the patient is on or has been on. Does it make sense?
No, sir.
The level cannot even contain itself. It should be in a file kept in the pharmacy. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Either digital file or hard copy, but it should be somewhere in the pharmacy for reference purposes. So the answer is what? Medication what? Profile of the patients. Is that clear? So it's very important you understand that a good dispensing level actually should contain the pharmacy name and address, the medicine name, the strength of the medicine, direction of use, any caution, and the expiry date. These are things that should be in the medication medication level. So patient medication profile. When you talk about patient medication profile, you look at the medical history, the full medication list, full, and every other clinical profile of the patient or more. Where would that appear on the? How can that appear on the level, small level? It cannot work. So these ones are, as I say, they are in a separate internal record that is maintained in the pharmacy, in the patient file in the pharmacy. So it's not printed on the label. Is that clear? So name of the pharmacy is very important. A is not the answer. Name of pharmacy. Name of pharmacy is very important because the patients, it requires the patient to know where the dispense medicine is coming from. Also, it's very important to have the address of the pharmacy. So in case of for contact and any other regulatory traceability, there's any problem, they can be traced easily. Expiry date is also very important because it's essential for safety. So all these ones should be in the words, medication words level. Remember the question says the one that is not there except. All right, the next question. Question number 6. Pharmacopoeias. Excuse me. Okay. Pharmacopoeias contain A, herbal collections, B, synthetic drugs, C, official drug standards, D, chemical drugs. What's the answer?
Official drug standard.
Wait, Kusayo, please talk to us. Are you with us? Kusayo, are you with us? Hello, Kusayo, speak to me, please. Okay. So why did you choose? That should be option what? C.
C.
So what? Why did you choose option C?
Because pharmacopoeias are interested about official drug standard. We have in every country there is an official drug standard. So Pharmacopoeias work solely with that drug, with those drugs.
I like that. The answer is C, actually. C. Actually, pharmacopoeia is an official reference book. You know that one. It's an official reference book. So what can we find in pharmacopoeia? Authoritative standards, monographs. Yes, monographs is right in the right way. Monographs that states the identity, purity, potency, and quality of medicines, excipients, and pharmaceutical substances in general. So it's an official drug standard. So the question now is this: what is it? This is the core, basically, this is the core purpose why we have one. Good of us, official standard. You see something like BP, British Pharmacopoeia, USP, United States Pharmacopoeia. There are some drugs you see. You see the paracetamol, 500 milligram BP. See something like erythromycin, 500 milligram USP. It means that the official standard of that erythromycin was formulated using the official standard of the United States. It means that paracetamol was formulated using the official standard. That is the official book. They got the formula from which they formulated those products. That is the meaning. Let's assume NAFDAC. Now, if NAFDAC go for their routine, because NAFDAC goes for routine screening and analysis of drugs products in the market. They just go randomly. You won't even know. They will pick some product and go to their office lab and analyze it. If it's below standard, the company is in trouble. And for them to do that, if it's paracetamol, they collected maybe paracetamol 500 milligram BP, they will not go and start using the standard of USP to analyze it. No, they will use the standard of what? British Pharmacopoeia. So that's one thing. One extra I want you to know about this words, pharmacopoeias. So all the other options like herbal collections, yes, even though some modern pharmacopoeia have monographs for herbal medicine, it's just there. Herbal medicine is just a monograph that you find in the words. There can be a monograph find inside pharmacopoeia, not the answers to the question. Is that clear? So you see things like where the pharmacopoeia will now provide official standard for the herbs, the herbal preparation. So it's not, pharmacopoeia is not a collection of only herbs. So that's why A is not the answer. This says synthetic drugs and chemical drugs. Yes, you can still have entries, monographs for synthetic and chemical drugs inside pharmacopoeia, but that it does not define, pharmacopoeia is not limited to synthetic and chemical drugs. So that's why C and B and D are not the answer. Question.
Okay, sir.
Question 7. Patient medical profile contains all these except patient medical profile contain all these except A, drug history, B, name, age, sex, C, allergies plus idiosyncrasies, D, favorite hobbies. Very simple. What's the answer?
D.
The answer is what?
D.
D. Yes, I agree with you. You don't go to patient medical profile is a very serious thing. You don't go there and start adding patients' hobbies. There's no business with medical profile. So a patient medical profile normally contains records that identify the patient. Things like name, age, and sex. It also contains the drug history. By drug history, I mean the current drug the patient is taking, and the current medication the patient is taking, and the past medication the patient took. It contains allergies and idiosyncratic reaction. Idiosyncratic reaction and allergies, most times they are peculiar. People come up with different response to a particular drug. The way you react to the drug may not be the way another person will react to the same react to the same drug or respond to the same drug because of our difference in our genetic makeup. So all these are there are some patients that cannot take septrate. They cannot take fancida. Septrate is cotrimazole. Cotrimazole. It contains trimethoprim. Do you know what it contains? Complete it.
They've not teach us the generic, and we've not gone to this thing, to the IT. So I don't know the
It's all
generic
right.
name of
It's
the
all right. Don't worry.
sunscreen.
Don't worry. Busayo, what does it contain? Okay, see what will happen. Eh? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. To make our next lecture on this course interactive, I want to give it to you as assignments. Okay?
Okay.
To find out what septrin contains and their strengths. It contains two molecules. Find out two drugs. Find out the name of those drugs and their strengths. Then for fancida
And
is
their
another
what?
name.
And their what?
And their
And their
strengths.
strength. Okay.
Yes. Fancida contains the same thing as amala. So find out what they contain two drugs. Find out the name of those drugs
Which
and the
drugs?
strengths.
Which drugs?
Fancida and amala are the same thing. They contain the same drug.
So I don't understand. Is it
Fancida.
fancida?
Fancida
Okay.
and amala. You know amala now?
No, sir.
Amala. Amala, you don't know amala. Oh, okay. That's why you do research now. Yes, you do research and find out which one is amala. Is that clear?
Okay, sir.
So, in next class, before we start in the next class, tell me what you find out. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So, now there are some patients that actually react all these drugs I mentioned so far, they contain sulfur. They contain sulfur. Sulfur is the baseline, all of them. And there are people that react to sulfur. The very serious reaction to sulfur. So, if such people in their medical history profile, they will include it as one of the allergies or idiosyncratic issues the patients have, so that when they want to prescribe drug, they will know. In some patients that react to sulfur, they will use yellow label, yellow paper, and paste on the folder. Once you see it, it means that this person reacts to sulfur. So idiosyncratic reactions are important part of what? Medication, what? Patient medical profile. So let's look at the last question for the day. Question number 8. It says, a pharmacy technician does all these when dispensing a prescription. A pharmacy technician does all these when dispensing a prescription, except A, calculating and measuring medications. B, facilitating patients' confidentiality. C, dispensing controlled drugs. D, labeling drug products correctly. What is the answer?
Dispensing controlled drugs.
I like that. Yes. Very important. The answer is C, dispensing controlled drugs. The pharmacy technician have no business in controlled drugs. Yes, pharmacy technician mainly perform technical, please note this word, underline it. Pharmacy technician performs mainly technical dispensing tasks. Technical. That's where you have the name technician. Things like measuring, labeling, data entry, that is documentation. It can also do one or two in counseling support. But to dispense or control or regulated drugs, that one requires a registered pharmacist authority. It requires verification or direct supervision in some areas anyway. There must be direct supervision of pharmacists. So basically, technicians should not independently dispense controlled drugs, substances without a pharmacist supervisor. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's 6 o'clock. We'll stop here for today. Any question? Any question?
No, sir. No question
Did you
for
enjoy
now.
the class? Did
Yes,
people
sir.
enjoy the class?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Spread the good news. Share the flyer.
I
Post
just
it
did.
in
I did before.
post in your different social media platforms. Someone out there may be in need of it. Is that clear?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Send me your full name on WhatsApp, Chiamaka. I think I already have Usayo's name. So send me your full name. Is that clear?
Okay, sir.
Then on our next class is on Monday. Monday we'll look at anatomy and physiology. Anatomy and physiology. All right, thank you very much for your attention. coming around.
Thank you, sir.
I will send the link for this lecture so that you can always listen to it in case you want to jot down some notes or take down the questions. Is that clear? So you can always listen to it over and over again. All right, thank you very much. See you on Monday. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.